Hey everybody, welcome back for a new episode of Pack a Day as we are taking a journey through our box of 89 Topps wax packs. I want to say this is pack number 24 out of the 32 that come in the box, so we're getting kind of towards the end. In the meantime, let's rip into this pack and see who we get, alright? Oh boy, it's going to be one of those packs. First card is Luis Polina. So Luis here was a speedy outfielder who was traded to the Yankees in the 89 season. And it was on a road trip that he was found having raped a 15-year-old girl in his hotel room. He pled no contest. Admitted to everything. He got 6 months in jail, and at the end of it, the Yankees welcomed him back with open arms. He ended up spending the better part of another decade in the major leagues playing baseball. So, yeah. Luis's teammate on that Yankees team was Mel Hall, by the way. Here we go again. Mitch Williams. So Mitch was a hard-throwing closer who had some control issues, to say the least. He had this wacky wind-up and delivery where he ended up on his butt half the time, I feel like, in front of the mound. Trivia fact about Mitch, he's the only pitcher in Major League history to have recorded a save without throwing a single pitch. He came into a game, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, a guy on first. First thing he does is throw a pickoff move and get the guy at first out. Save recorded. Mitch, surprisingly, is a bit of a hothead, and he got into some issues throughout his career for that. Most recently, off the field, retired of course, he got into some legal issues when video surfaced of him at a Little League game where he was coaching his son's team, cussing out the opposing players and the umpires. Keep in mind, this is Little League. So he lost his job at MLB Network for that one. Little League, Mitch. Maybe it's just going to be a pack full of closers. This is former Red Sox closer, I believe, Calvin Schiraldi, and you see him here with the Cubs. Seriously, another closer. This is Detroit closer, Mike Henneman. Okay. Not a closer this time, guys. BJ Surhoff. BJ was a pretty consistent hitter throughout a pretty lengthy major league career, and he's one of those guys that I'm almost certain he played every position but pitcher throughout, you know? All right. Cecil Fielder, power hitting first base DH type. You guys remember Cecil's son, Prince Fielder, right? Prince had to make an untimely exit from the major leagues because of a lot of serious neck injuries. But he was also a power-hitting first base DH type. And interesting fact for them is that they ended their careers with the same number of home runs. I think they're also the only father-son tandem to have each had a 50 home run season. Catcher, Jim Sundberg. He was a defense type catcher, and I want to say he won 5 or 6 Gold Gloves in a row at one point in his career. Another power reliever, Dwayne Ward. Dwayne spent his career as more of a middle relief setup guy, although I think he might have been a closer the last season or two that he played. He was with the Blue Jays, I want to say the entire time, and he won those 2 rings when they went back to back in the early 90s. All right, we got a record breaker series card here, and this is George Brett. This card is for George having hit 3 home runs on opening day in 1988. At the time, that was the first time it had occurred on opening day. I know it's occurred at least once since then by Tuffy Rhodes. He did it for the Chicago Cubs. All right. We've got Ron's brother, John Perlman. He's a starter. Another starter, Jose Guzman, spent most of his career with the Rangers. All right. We've got the All-Star Series card for Danny Jackson now. We had his regular series card a couple of days ago, and we were just remarking on how amazing his 1988 season was. 23 wins, 260 plus innings. He would have easily won the Cy Young that year if not for Orel Hershiser. Another closer. Surprise. Rick Aguilera. So Ricky here won rings with the Mets in '86 and then with the Twins in '91, I want to say. But Rick had a pretty good major league career. He's got over 300 saves. Okay, we've got utility player, third baseman primarily, Chris Brown. You see him here with the Padres. Chris is kind of interesting. He retired from baseball and went into the trucking business. And he drove tanker trucks for Halliburton back in the early 2000s in Iraq. So you don't hear that story too often. And I think it's only appropriate that we end this pack on yet another power reliever closer type, John Castillo. You see him here with the Cardinals. Holy moly. We got just about every setup man and closer in the National League, I feel like, in one pack. So that's the end of the pack. Here's our gum. That stuff is terrible, guys. Here, I'm going to hold it up to my new mic. Maybe you can hear the crispiness. Yeah. I don't recommend that one. All right. So that is my first recording in a few days. Just been busy with things. That happens in life, right? I want to encourage everybody to get out and vote early if you can. I went the other day here in my hometown and did that. Don't care who you vote for, just exercise your right. Beyond that, I hope everybody is happy and safe, and I will see you back here tomorrow, okay, for another pack. See ya.